So now you can kind of see the grandiose scale of this. It's going to end up being a lot bigger than I wanted. I mean, zoos just take up too much freaking space. So anyway, now that I've got that laid out, let me zoom back in here on this. Okay, if you go back to our original, our draft 2, the dark colored areas are the walkways. So I think I'm still going to stick with the walkway idea I had. So basically, one stud is going to be a short brick wall. 2 studs are going to be a walkway that's going to be like dark cement colored. I'm going to have jumpers on there for minifigs. And then the 4th row will be a fence. And I could have different fence types in different parts of the park. But that's kind of what I was thinking. So you got to think that all the way along here, there's going to be a 4 stud border. So you're going to lose about 4 studs into each enclosure. And I know most zoos people they try to make it realistic, like with buildings where you can go get food and walkways, and there's pens for individual animals, and it works, but I'm more about showcasing the animal collection that I'm going to collect, that I'm going to have. So I would rather just show like dioramas of each environment, of each biome. You know, the jungle and all the jungle animals I can fit in there. Predators and prey and everything is mixed in together. So you've got, tigers and things that tigers eat, all in the same enclosure. Same thing over here and in there. So anyway, let's get to it. This first thing I did was I printed off a list of all the animals that Lego has on Bricklink. And then I just started drawing out my biomes. So here we have the jungle first. And each biome I think is kind of going to have a main feature. In this one, it's this big tree of life in the corner. Lots of trees and vegetation, of course, all the way along here. I want each diorama to kind of be a forced perspective, kind of like they do at Disney, where everything in the back is big and everything in the front is kind of smaller, so that you can just see everything at a slope, and it kind of makes it look a little more expansive than it is. So you can kind of see some of the things I have here. Pandas, a little bit of water for a crocodile and a big snake, creepy crawlies, a gorilla, a sloth, a tiger, chameleons, parrots, birds, monkeys up all over the tree. What do we got over here? A saber tooth, lots of birds. So you think about the jungle, there's lots of birds, right? So there's the jungle. Here is my mountainous woodlands. Think North America right here, right? So I'm going to have a big mountain in the corner. Again, that's the big main feature. Up top with some snow on it and a snowy owl and an eagle flying around. A billy goat, which by the way costs like $70. I don't know if I'm going to get that. But mountain lion, a bear coming out of a cave. Some wolves, which I'm just going to use husky dogs. Raccoon, deer, foxes, snakes, maybe a pond with a fish. We'll see how much room we have. Mice, reindeer, owls up in a tree. So basically just think the Appalachian Mountains or the Rocky Mountains, or that kind of environment. Basically I had to come up with some place to stick all these other animals that they made that didn't kind of fit any other biome. Okay, this is Africa. My plan here is a big Pride Rock looking kind of bluff here, like from Lion King. And obviously we're going to put the lions up top with their cubs. Maybe some rock formations, maybe a big African baobab tree or baboa tree, whatever it's called. Some groundhogs here are actually going to be the hamsters, the Lego Friends hamsters. Don't tell anybody. Over here, I had to put a little watering hole for the elephants, the crocodile, the flamingos, ostrich. My kangaroo is actually going to be a tauntaun from Star Wars, but that's okay. It looks like a kangaroo. This area is going to be more green, so kind of like the plains, and as you move across, it's going to be more deserty, so it's more tan. So we got cactus, scorpions, snakes, spiders, and camels, hyenas, stuff over here. So that's Africa. Lots of big animals there. Oh, the aquarium. Okay, the aquarium is a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. I asked my wife an opinion on this, and she thought it was weird. But in every aquarium you ever go to, you always see polar bears and penguins, and actually at some zoos. And I've always thought that's weird that they have a cold exhibit next to water. But so this is completely fake. This would never be real, but this is what it is for this zoo. Up top, basically on the roof, if you remember, this is an entire cube of a room. Up top, we're going to have a big ice cube for polar bears and cubs, and then a little slide that comes down for penguins and seals. Maybe a narwhal, I don't know. And a little landing here. So this is all going to be ice and then water. And then this whole area here is kind of like the roof. So it'll be removable. This whole thing can come off. But as you go, so this is the level, the surface level of the water. As you go below, that's where you have tropical fish and stuff. So up above the roof level that you can see is the polar exhibit, right? And then as you go below, and you have the blue clear glass here on the sides, this will be the actual aquarium. So hopefully that's not too strange, but that's what we're working with. Here in the middle, I got a big rock hump, and I'm going to have a clear column that goes up the middle with those clear bars for hanging stuff in midair. That's going to go up and kind of spin like with spindles, right? So all the fish and stuff are going to be swimming around this cube. Along the back, we're going to have all that fugly rock and coral. We're going to have corals and sea fans and all kinds of stuff along the back here. Maybe a cave with an octopus. Some manta ray, seahorse, lobster, starfish, hermit crabs, stingray. Basically, and then on the ends of all your rods, you're going to have the sharks and the dolphins and fish and things that swim around. So that's the plan so far. The petting zoo is kind of an afterthought, but this is what I have designed so far for it. It's really long and narrow, like I said, so we're just going to put some pins fenced in, maybe a tree, but in the back, a big red barn, so we can put the cows in there, some horses, and then maybe a rooster on top of the roof, because you know that's where they always end up. Weather vane, maybe a little pond for the one like water animal that I have that lives on a farm. And, you know, a bunch of petting zoo type of things that kids can pet and not get mauled. So, there's the plan. I guess we're going to get started. So, let's get going.